During my college days, I don't know why I loved visiting Jaipur. 4-5 बार मैं ऐसी गाड़ी लेकर उठकर आई हूँ दोस्तों के साथ बॉम्बे से जयपुर. हाँ, they've started working on themselves. तो मुझे लगता है बहुत बड़ी बात है, मतलब कुछ
तो गलत कर रही है शर्मा जी की बहू.
Very true, very well said. 2019 का दाव लगा, फिर 23 में we got the Mrs. World crown in India. That was after 21 years.
Hi guys, finally welcome back to the DIVISHow. You're on episode number 48. 47 और 48 एपिसोड के बीच में एक लंबा गैप आया है. Yes, I agree, आया है. मैंने बीच में एक स्पेशल एपिसोड निकाला था जो काफ़ी स्पेशल था. थ्रू दैट वी मेड अ रील जिसमें हमने लोगों को बोला कि वुमेन लेड बिजनेसेस को टैग करो. उस पे हमारे पास 6000 प्लस कमेंट्स आए, a lot of DMs, a lot of comments. और इतना ज़्यादा अच्छा लगा वुमेन्स डे पे इतनी सारी फीमेल्स को एम्पावर्ड देखकर. थ्रू दैट I'll be meeting her now, but I got acquainted with Mohini Sharma. She is the founder of Mrs. India, Bombay. She was by chance visiting Jaipur, so I thought why not do this and start this again with her. Mohini Sharma herself is Mrs. India 2016, and उसके बाद coming from a background of like banking or MBA or whatnot, उसके बाद she was a teacher for good 9-10 years. Then she started her own academy and the pageant, और आज की डेट में काफ़ी prestigious नाम है उनका in this industry. I can't wait to have her on board. So excited to give it a start finally. आज इस कार में ऐसे बैठकर बात करके इतना अच्छा लग रहा है, and I'm sure when Mohini ma'am is here it'll be even more fun. So stay tuned and I'll see you in the end. Bye.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Look so cute.
You're looking so gorgeous, man.
Thanks.
We're both twinning, sort of.
Yeah.
You can.
गाड़ी चलानी शुरू कर दी, मतलब सेटअप कुछ.
यही है सेटअप.
You like driving?
Yeah, I love it. मैं कल 120 की स्पीड पर भगा रही थी. मेरे को लग रहा है आज चलान ना आ जाए घर पे.
Yeah. What is your age?
28. What's yours?
I'm quite elder to you. That's all I would say.
I'm sure. But nice. So how is Jaipur treating you?
It's my second day.
Huh.
Actually not second day yet. First and a half day. मैं कल दोपहर को आई हूँ.
Okay.
And it's been nice. कल संडे था तो काफी चीजें बंद भी थी.
हाँ.
मैं कल जौहरी बाजार गई थी.
Oh.
वैसे तो I'm here for work.
Okay.
First half I visited couple of Lee Meridian गई थी. उसके बाद मैं जयबाग गई हूँ.
Okay.
Wanted to see these properties for my incoming events.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. Have you seen Leela Fairmont?
Fairmont I did. Obviously Lee Meridian के पीछे Fairmont है ना.
Fairmont ही है.
So वो भी हुआ.
Yes.
Leela ITC we are not tapping yet.
अच्छा.
Because they are very high end. And as per Novotel will be going today.
Yeah.
As per a requirement we need a good nice indoor and outdoor space for a event.
Oh.
जो Novotel में ही है.
Novotel में है, Marriott में है. अभी recently my first and only fashion show that I've ever been to happened at Marriott. A good space. You can check that out.
Okay.
Yeah. And what else? What did you like in Jaipur? How was your breakfast, lunch, dinner?
So this is like my first work trip to Jaipur.
Oh.
Otherwise, I've been to Jaipur number of times because it's been one of my favorite cities.
Oh.
During my college days, I don't know why I loved visiting Jaipur.
Oh wow! Do you have any relatives here?
No one.
Just
हाँ 4-5 बार मैं ऐसी गाड़ी लेकर उठकर आई हूँ दोस्तों के साथ बॉम्बे से.
बॉम्बे से जयपुर
हाँ।
like कितने hours?
तो भी हम लोग उदयपुर पहुंचते हैं, ब्रेक लेते हैं वहाँ पे,
Okay.
और फिर अगले दिन जयपुर आते हैं. वी नॉर्मली डू दैट.
Wonderful.
Used to do that. Once upon a time when जब टाइम हुआ करता था लाइफ में.
Which college were you in? Bombay?
I was in Thakur College.
Thakur College. Where is this?
Thakur College is in Kandivali. It's the college, one of the college in Mumbai with the biggest campus. It has a huge campus with large number of students.
Which is very rare in Bombay.
Which is very rare in Bombay, and इसके लिए I highlight it कि ऐसा है.
I did my undergrad from NMIMS.
In Bombay?
In Bombay.
Oh wow.
So the college was vertical. It was not horizontal.
Yeah.
And there were like 7 colleges within it.
I know.
What the fuck is happening?
So you must be knowing, if you've spent your days in Mumbai.
Yeah.
That means you know where's Kandivali, where is Borivali.
Yeah. My fiance is there at the moment. He's working. He stays in Chandivali, Powai.
Ah, yeah.
So this New Year's I was in Bombay.
Oh.
Yes.
So हाँ, ठाकुर इज ऐसे भी फैला हुआ है, ऐसे भी बड़ा है.
हम तो तरस जाते थे यार, एक बास्केटबॉल कोर्ट दे दो, एक
Shit.
कुछ
I can.
क्रिकेट
I can feel it. I can. हम आए ना NM कॉलेज में, क्या है इसका फेस्टिवल, उमंग के लिए आते थे हम. और क्षितिज के लिए जाते थे मिठी भाई में. बीन पार्ट ऑफ ऑल दीज. तो तभी स्नीक पीक मिलता था हमें कैंपस का, फिर फ्रेंड्स भी होते थे तो आना जाना लगा रहता था.
काफी लोग हैं जयपुर. मैं यहाँ जयपुर से जाती थी बॉम्बे, और मैं किसी को भी बोलती थी आई एम फ्रॉम जयपुर, पहले MGD से हो गया. MGD इज अ वेरी फेमस स्कूल हियर, महारानी गायत्री देवी का.
ओके.
नोबडी हैव अ क्लू और क्या चल रहा है
जयपुर में उसके अलावा.
लाइक MGD से हो गया. नहीं.
What is M? But I had no idea about MGD.
अच्छा, you no idea?
No.
Every Mumbaiker that I
Why?
MGD से होंगे, और भी schools हैं यार वहाँ, मतलब it's not just them. And out of 47 people who I've interviewed, I have almost interviewed 10 MGDians. They're doing fabulously well in Jaipur.
Oh.
So yeah.
Interesting.
So what's up? What kind of event are you planning?
You're in
How
Jaipur?
is Mrs. India growing, blooming at the moment?
Mrs. India, I still keep claiming that Mrs. India is still in its infancy stage. It is still shaping up. It's still finding its way and direction.
Yeah.
But the kind of transformation or the kind of change that I see outside when ladies move out of Mrs. India is something that is making a shift, I feel, in society, in my thinking pattern also. क्योंकि जो मैंने सोच के start किया था, अब purpose कुछ और ही लग रहा है. I started with the intention of bringing all the international crowns to India.
Yeah.
Mrs. World, Mrs. Earth, Mrs. Universe.
Yeah.
And now I feel कि these crowns are just the byproduct. Because जिस तरीके से ladies groom हो रही हैं यहाँ पे, and Indian females, you know how they are.
Yeah. Especially post marriage, because there's
post marriage actually. If they are prioritizing themselves, if they're actually thinking about themselves, if they've started working on themselves, तो मुझे लगता है बहुत बड़ी बात है. मतलब कुछ
तो गलत कर रही है शर्मा जी की बहू.
Very true, very well said. सब ठीक है ना?
Yes, it's a big shift, man. When was your first batch?
It was 2019. 2019 was my first batch. It was right before COVID. Season 1 we call it. And the winner was Dr. Rashi Jain. She was from Delhi, dentist. और वही जैन परिवार की बहू थी. She won the pageant and she went for Mrs. World.
Wow.
She did very well. We got Best National Costume Award. But Mrs. World लाने के लिए हमें टाइम लग गया. और काफ़ी विनर्स की मेहनत लगी. 2019 की कहीं मेहनत लगी, because when these girls they go, they compete and they come back with lot of experience, learning, जो हमारे आने वाले successors को वो देती रहती है. Same is with me also, as a director also, I see, I grow, I understand what can be done better. तो 2019 का दाव लगा, 21 का दाव लगा, 22 का दाव लगा, और फिर 23 में we got the Mrs. World crown in India, and that was after 21 years. So first crown was in 2000. Mrs. World. I know, I'm talking about Mrs. World. I'm talking about the bigger thing.
Yeah.
जिसकी वजह से हमने Mrs. India start किया था. I started Mrs. India only with the intention of getting the Mrs. World crown.
Yeah. So who won it?
Sargam Kaushal.
Okay.
So Sargam Kaushal won it last year.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
What kind of opportunities open up for ladies who win or even participate?
The best part about married women is they are already well settled and doing well in their first line of profession or first line of career where they come from. And when these titles they achieve, it kind of add on for them and it gives them a mileage, it gives them a boost in their career. So if I say dentist, then obviously she becomes the ambassador of whole dentist association because she is presenting herself well, she is, you know, she knows how to talk and people connect with her for various reasons, and of course she is famous. So similarly with my last girl, Chetna Joshi Tiwari, after Mrs. World, Chetna Joshi Tiwari had won. Now she is a very well-known yoga instructor. Spiritually very awakened. And even now, obviously, they do get these opportunities of modeling and ramp walk, fashion show.
In their native, like hometowns also?
Yeah. Everywhere. Right now she is in Jodhpur. Aise she is from Indore. So they keep traveling wherever they get opportunity from. So yeah, that definitely booms their first line of career, and उसके अलावा उनके शौक के हिसाब से जो उन्हें करना रहता है वो जैसे जैसे opportunity आती है वैसे वैसे वो करते रहते हैं. It's like that.
In some of your interviews, like I watched a couple of your podcasts, you mentioned कि you see that drive in their eyes, like the energy to कि she'll win. Yeah, she is made for this. What kind of energy are you talking about? And you are a very spiritual person. I'm sure that there's a soul connect that also happens.
Yes.
But what about the vibe? What about the presence?
So I'll tell you, Divish, I'll tell something about you. What I felt in like last 5 minutes about you. You're a very intelligent female. Intellectually very awakened. You do listen to philosophies, but you do not dive much into it. You have your logical side very intact and on place. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's an issue.
Is it right? Is it between and between? No, you can tell me. You can tell.
It's right. Like
so, जो females होती है ना, वो कितनी भी outspoken हो, कितनी भी exposed हो, कितनी भी experienced हो, there is a naive side, there is an innocent side of every female on this planet. And unfortunately इस दुनिया की भागदौड़ में या इस दुनिया की जद्दोजहद में ना वो अपना innocent side और वो अपना naive side कहीं बहुत दबा देती है, suppress कर देती हैं, क्योंकि उनको लगता है कि यहाँ पर उस चीज की जरूरत नहीं है, उसकी जगह नहीं है, एंड जबकि वो ही उनकी ब्यूटी रहती है.
Are you talking about the feminine energy?
To some extent, yes, but besides that also there is this feature that woman carries. The drive and the passion that I'm talking about, I can only identify that drive and that passion when I see that innocent side of her. Because that innocent side is one which is very clear about the inner voice. मुझे क्या चाहिए, मुझे क्या करना है. अगर आपने अपना innocent side ही suppress कर लिया, अगर आपने woman का एक main feature ही suppress कर लिया है, तो आपको पता कैसे रहेगा आपको कौन सी दिशा में जाना है, आपको क्या हासिल करना है और आपको क्यों करना है. Conclusion is
also a word, like innocence is somewhere.
जिद बोल सकते हैं, हाँ, बट वो बहुत ही प्योर होती है, क्योंकि जिद का एक बहुत अलग पिक्चर है हमारे आगे। जिद में आके, हाँ, जिद में आके लोगों ने बहुत गलत काम किए हैं। बट यहाँ पर जो औरत की जिद होती है ना, वो एक बहुत सही रास्ते पे उसको ले जाती है, सही तरीके से ले जाती है और सही काम कराती है। गलत जिद जेलसी भी लाती है, गलत जिद दूसरों को नीचे खींचना भी लाती है। बट जो सही जिद रहती है ना, वो खुद पे काम करने की रहती है और वो इनोसेंस के साथ ही आएगी। तो वो ड्राइव और वो पैशन की मैं बात करती हूँ। जब वो ड्राइव होता है, फीमेल बहुत इजीली मोल्ड हो जाती हैं। जब वो इनोसेंस होता है, फीमेल्स को हम बता सकते हैं, हम डायरेक्ट कर सकते हैं। इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट दिविशा टू डायरेक्ट फीमेल्स हु आर इन देयर 30s, हु आर इन देयर लेट 20s। ये भरा हुआ कप रहता है, उनको अगर हम बताएंगे ऐसे चलना है, ऐसे बात करना है, लाइफ को ऐसे अप्रोच करना है, आपका बिहेवियर ऐसा होना चाहिए, इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट। कोई नहीं लेगा। बट जो ओपन माइंडेड है, जो वो इनोसेंस की मैं बात कर रही हूँ, जो वो ड्राइव की बात कर रही हूँ, वो जो टेबल पे लाता है, वो मोल्ड हो पाता है, वो सारी लर्निंग्स ले पाता है। अरे यार, वेल नोन डेंटिस्ट है, वेल नोन योगा इंस्ट्रक्टर है, वो क्यों सुने जी?
हाँ, सही बात है।
सबका ईगो, सबका अहंकार अपनी जगह पे इंटैक्ट है।
सही बात है।
तो ये ड्राइव और ये पैशन होता है दैट वी लुक फॉर। और उसके बाद भी कभी कभी we are not able to hit hammer on the right nail. And hence it took 5 years for us, but again 5 years is said to be a very short time. So when we say 5 years, I'm trying to say is Mrs. India INC formed in 2019, and within 5 years this organization was able to get the world crown home. वैसे India took 21 years, but INC के आने के बाद within 5 years we hit the target.
Right. So let's go a little back on your journey. How did you start India INC? Like, now that you have done this little test on me, I know that you have the knack for it. I
don't know the way you reacted. I'm still not sure if I was right.
That was that. If you were unsure, that was my shock. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So since you have proved your knack for things, how did, like, you come from a banking and finance,
oh my god,
MBA and what not, and then you were educating people. So I think इसको mold करना जो आप बोल रहे हो, वो कहीं education से भी आया होगा.
Yes.
How were you as a student? सबसे पहले तो ये बताओ.
स्टूडेंट
टीचर का सबसे बड़ा वो ही ये होता है कि वो एज ए स्टूडेंट कैसी थी.
ये सवाल मुझे किसी ने नहीं पूछा है.
मैं यहाँ पे जो सवाल पूछेगी वो कहीं कोई पूछेगा भी नहीं.
I was bullied. I was bullied in my school, and I have a very bad experience, and I was carrying this trauma since a long time, which I myself wasn't aware about. Until last year. So I knew there is this bad episode that has happened with me during my secondary school days. But I am sure अब मैं जो बोलने वाली हूँ वो हर कोई रिलेट करेगा. हमारे साथ कई बार ऐसी कई बुरी चीजें हो जाती है जो हमें लगता है नॉर्मल है, ये तो हर बच्चे के साथ होती होगी.
आई थिंक ये वॉइस है हमारे पेरेंट्स की.
हाँ,
कि हमने उनको एड्रेस किया और उन्होंने कहा कि ये तो होता रहता है, लाइक मूव ऑन.
हाँ,
और वो हमारे अंदर बैठ गई.
हाँ, कोई नहीं ठीक है. हाँ, कोई नहीं ठीक है.
तो क्या हो गया.
हाँ. तो और मैं सुनती भी थी. मैंने प्रियंका चोपड़ा को बोलते हुए सुना था, आई वाज वेरी बैडली बुलीड इन माय स्कूल, एंड आई यूज्ड टू थिंक इतना क्या बुरा हुआ होगा इसके साथ. बुली तो मेरे साथ भी हुआ है, मैं तो ठीक हूँ. And until last year, where I was literally working on myself, I was trying to heal lot of scars and lot of loopholes I was working on, and that's where I came across this session. It was bothering me, and how I was letting people walk over me for the longest time because I thought that bully session was normal, and I made it a pattern of my life. So consciously I was not able to identify that this person is bullying or this group of people, they are taking advantage of my goodness, until and unless I identify that emotion of anxiety, that uncomfort feeling that I was struggling with. I started working on that feeling, which was not very comfortable.
It was also mentioned when the Mrs. World didn't happen for you, and
yes. So again, yeah, that was also a very bad downfall. I hit the rock bottom.
Which year was this?
This was 2016.
Okay. The same year when you won.
When I know. So 2016 was when I won Mrs. India.
Yeah.
And I went for Mrs. World to represent my country, to win the world crown. I didn't win the world crown. When I was coming back, I couldn't move on. वो काफी टाइम तक लॉस मेरे दिमाग
इमोशन मैन मतलब सेम साल में आप जीते भी
हाँ
at your peak and then मतलब
yes
it sounds very difficult
human life तभी बोलते हैं ना उतार चढ़ाव जिंदगी का पैटर्न है तो ये सबसे अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है और वो रह गया मेरे दिमाग में वो मेरे दिल में रह गया वो लॉस मेरे दिल में रह गया बट वो जो सपना था कि मैं वर्ल्ड का क्राउन ला रही हूँ वो सपना छूट नहीं रहा था मुझसे वो इतना डीपली अटैच हो गया था एंड थैंकफुली आई कुड फाइंड अ वे फॉर माई सेल्फ कि भाई अभी इससे अगर राहत पानी है तो कुछ ना कुछ तो करना ही पड़ेगा ऑल्सो आई हैड दिस वेरी डिफीटेड फीलिंग इन माई हार्ट व्हेन आई वाज कमिंग बैक मुझे पता नहीं क्यों ऐसा लग रहा था मेरा सब कुछ चला गया है क्योंकि मैंने 1.5 से 2 साल सिर्फ एक ही सपने के पीछे मैं लग गई थी वो होता है पता है कोई बहुत बड़ा इवेंट होता है अगले दिन एकदम सल्की वाली फीलिंग आती है अब क्या करेंगे तो I was going through that but that was for the longest period it took months and I was not over it and I started feeling that this is how every female feels when she comes back after losing the Mrs. World ka crown and this has been happening since last 20 years and there was like a deep emotions and so many thoughts I was dealing with during that moment and then I thought that I think I'm capable of starting this organization where I can actually train ladies, direct them, groom them and prepare them for that world stage so that we can get the crown. अब वो कभी-कभी मुझे लगता है I was being selfish because I was just trying to feed that dream कि वो पूरा हो जाए कैसे भी करके वो पूरा हो जाए and then on the parallel side I'm saying that no female should come empty handed no one should feel the way I felt and thankfully no one did after that so yeah and then 16 में ये सब हुआ 17 18 19 it took me 3 years to complete the whole procedure you have to acquire the license you have to bid for it then you have to form this organization have your plans on place because it's like associating with so many different international pageants Mrs. World, Mrs. Earth, Mrs. Galaxy, Mrs. Globe now generally it doesn't happen but then when I formed the organization I thought let me have association with all the international pageants if I'm training girls then why only for Mrs. World let me send them to Earth also let me send them to Galaxy also
what are the differences between these
The World is the oldest, most authentic and the premium pageant, international pageant that we have. And I am not going to sequentially place them. But
there's a purpose of these.
Yes. So World is a pageant with a theme of highlighting the classiness and the standard of a classic woman. A girl who can go and win the world pageant may not be able to win Globe and Galaxy because each pageant has a very different feel and vibe. They have a theme. Basically, उनका theme ही पूरा अलग है. The kind जो चीजें वो अपनी winner में ढूंढ रहे हैं वो सब अलग है. अगर मैं Globe की बात करूँ तो Globe में एकदम extravagant over the top, fashionable, out there. Your ramp walk should be on point. You should be a perfect model figure. Your height आपकी अच्छी होनी चाहिए. उसी के opposite world होता है. World they are looking for a classic woman. You need to be healthy and you should be healthy because you are a woman. If you're carrying a baby, nothing like it. I'll give you an example of one participant, Mrs. America, who had participated for Mrs. World last year. But she has 8 kids. And the last kid she delivered was just 2 weeks before the pageant. So these are the women and she is a very 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 well known celebrity of USA. Millions of followers, millions. In fact, she's a worldwide celebrity because I saw a lot of Indian celebrities also following her. Anushka Sharma, Virat Kohli, they all are following her. So these are the kind of women who come for World. a perfect female, the feminine energy that we talk about.
Yeah. I think the epitome of
women. Yes.
What about Earth and
Earth
galaxy?
is more related to environment. A female who is very inclined in saving Earth and नेचर से बहुत ज़्यादा लगाव है, जिसको बहुत कुछ कर रही है नेचर के लिए, तो उसका ज़रा ब्राउनी पॉइंट ज़्यादा रहता है अर्थ में. एंड गैलेक्सी इज़ अ very well balanced. You need to be a model like figure, at the same time you need to be a woman, so it is a very balanced pageant. It's a mix of, I would say, globe and world.
Yeah. So I also wanted to ask, like, there might be a lot of females watching this, and hopefully married females, who would want something like this for them. और I think पहले इतनी awareness होती है नहीं होती है, the kind of candidates that you are talking about, वो तो बहुत aware होते हैं that this is their goal, they want to do it. For people who might have the knack for it but are still not on that path, वहाँ से लेकर journey till the pageant, grooming, क्या processes होते हैं, like guide me through all of this.
So Divisha, I just mentioned this some time back. When I also started this whole organization, initially I started with the idea of Mrs. World Crown, or these international crowns that I wanted to bring to India.
Yeah.
But with time I understood the purpose is much bigger, and crown is just the byproduct.
Yeah.
I am running currently this organization with the intention of having every female a thought कि मिसेस इंडिया में तो जाना ही है, नॉट बिकॉज हमें कोई पैजेंट जीतना है या फिर कोई क्राउन जीतना है, बट एक वो जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल जर्नी होती है जो मुझे लगता है कि हर फीमेल को करनी चाहिए. बोलते हैं ना लाइफ के सेकंड इनिंग्स पे कभी कभी हम दाव लगाते हैं, तो मिसेस इंडिया इज लाइक दैट. और आप अपने लेट 20s में या मिड 30s में आने के बाद इतने ज्यादा रिजिड हो जाते हो खुद की चेंज को लेके, खुद की ग्रोथ को लेके, खुद के सक्सेस को लेके, आप बहुत कंफर्टेबल हो जाते हो. और मिसेस इंडिया आपको वो कंफर्ट से बाहर निकालता है. आपको वो कोई प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करने के लिए नहीं बोलेगा, आपको कोई वो टास्क कंप्लीट करने को नहीं बोलेगा, बट वो मिसेस इंडिया आपको खुद पे काम करने के लिए बोलेगा. वर्क ऑन योर सेल्फ starts from body language, your communication, your presentation, the way you look, your smile, the way you speak, anything and everything, your emotional stability, your mental stability, everything. And I feel that every human or every woman should definitely keep working on it. I myself, I keep working on my emotional stability, mental stability on a regular basis. ये वही बात होती है जैसे कि अगर हमने आज खाना खाया तो कल हमें फिर से भूख लगेगी ही लगेगी. तो वो जो
It's like your mental exercise.
Yes.
You have to do it every day.
Yes. So वो growth continuous होनी चाहिए. Hence this should be the intention.
Yeah.
You said when females are not aware. Okay, we do understand females are not aware about the international pageants. They are not aware about these different types of pageants that's taking place.
And whether they are made for it.
Whether they are made for it.
ज़्यादा बंदियाँ तो self doubt में ही रह जाती है कि यार, even though they're tall, they'll be like, I'm not that fair.
वो तो बहुत नॉर्मल हो गया है ना हमारे यहाँ पे, वुमेन का खुद पे डाउट करना, खुद को क्वेश्चन करना और सीधे बोलना अरे नहीं हमसे थोड़ी ये सब होगा, हमारे लिए थोड़ी है ये सब. And in tier 2, tier 3 cities it's even more. Tier 1 city की फीमेल एक बार बोलेगी कि चलो ट्राई करके देखते क्या होगा. क्या होगा, एटलीस्ट मैं ग्रूम तो हो जाऊंगी, इफ नथिंग एटलीस्ट आई एक्सप्लोर अ न्यू साइड ऑफ मी, इफ नथिंग. तो वो वाला मुझे लगता है एटीट्यूड होना जरूरी है प्रोसेस में, जहाँ पर आप खुद पे काम करना चाह रहे हो, जहाँ पर आपने खुद पे गिव अप नहीं किया है. आप अपने कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकलने के लिए तैयार हो, नॉट बिकॉज यू हैव टू विन सम क्राउन, बट यू वांट टू टेस्ट योरसेल्फ वंस अगेन, यू वांट टू सी हाउ रेडी यू आर टू टेक दैट लीप ऑफ फेथ. तो वो जरूरी है. एंड टेक्निकली मैं बात करूँ तो ऑब्वियसली यू हैव टू enroll yourself, you have to be a part of audition.
You mentioned that the enroll मतलब 365 days it's open.
Yes.
Like anyone can.
Yes. So
themselves.
Enrollment is on mrsindiainc.org. 365 days. Once you enroll yourself, once you submit the form, then Mrs. India team will take you through the complete process. You have to be a part of interview call. You'll get an interview call. Once you clear that, then you will be a part of the audition. Once you clear the audition, then you'll be allotted with certain small tasks, and your online training will start, because we do not.
What is the percentage of girls who apply and then who finally reach the level where you start grooming them? वो क्या percentage होता है?
20 to 25.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are the things that you pick?
Auditions में
Auditions. Initial मतलब कि इनको groom कर सकते हैं इनको.
Basics. So Q&A is very important during audition or even during the interview call.
Yeah.
We do see what is the background of the female. Where does she come from?
Okay.
Because that's when they will value this grooming. They will value the learning that they are getting. Not everyone does value it. नहीं सबको इसकी अहमियत पता होती है, और जब आपको उसकी वैल्यू होती है तभी आप उसको एब्जॉर्ब करोगे, तभी आप उसका पूरा फायदा उठा के लेके जाओगे. तो that is very important. How driven females are. So we do get women who are very much clear about their final destination. I'm here because I want to win Mrs. India crown. That is very impressive. So उनके लिए तो one go में clear हो जाता है. Then we ask them that why do you want to win this crown? What are you going to do after winning this crown? They say I want to represent India at Mrs. World or any international platform. My dad has been from army background. I like being Indian, called to be Indian. So all these things we come across, which is very impressive.
Yeah.
So these are the females with a very clear intention. And then we have females who are like, my husband wants me to go through it. My mother wants me to go through it. My mother-in-law wants me to go through it. We ask them that, what do you feel? I want to make them proud. I want to set an example for my kids. I want to, take this this experiment or take this challenge. That is again impressive for us, because there is this emotional drive that is driving them, and there is a family जो उनका बैकअप कर रही है, जो उनको सपोर्ट कर रही है. Why to always say कि नहीं करते. There are people, there are husbands, there are families जो करते हैं, और ये लड़कियां बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म भी करती हैं. So yeah, these are the kind of females who clear their interviews.
उसके बाद like the grooming process starts. वो कितने time का होता है?
So we have best of the mentors on board. This happened because I lost in 2016, and I understood that I never had best mentors, best experts to guide me and to prepare me for that stage. Yeah. So we have best of the people.
Yeah. Is it like broken down in modules or something?
Yes, of course.
How many of those?
We have, for example, so it is a complete thrice in a week, which happens for 1.5 to 2 months.
Yeah.
And then we cover subjects like communication, interview, body language. Besides, they do have continuous personal consultation with their skin expert, with their smile expert. So on a personal level, उस पे जितना काम, क्योंकि वो उस चीज पे तो लिमिट ही नहीं है, उस पे तो बहुत काम हो सकता है. Ramp walk is very important, because when you're presenting yourself, how are you walking and how are you standing plays a very important role. Body language. So these are the areas, and very, very important is your emotional well-being. There's a lot of healing also that takes place. Women, let's not deny, women comes with a lot of baggage. So
from their mothers, from their grandmothers.
Yes.
Goes on and on.
Women are emotional beings. Not that men don't have baggage, even they do, but women choose to feel it. She chooses to live it. And it takes a lot of effort, a lot of guts to go through that feeling and the whole phase. Yeah. We help them unload the baggage as much as we can. And you will be surprised that ये सारे emotional baggages जब वो unload करती हैं तो surprisingly उनकी communication अच्छी हो जाती है. Surprisingly उनके आंखों में वो spark दिखने लगता है, उनकी body language change हो जाती है. And there is a correlation. So yeah, these are the areas, these are the modules that we work on.
Amazing. And जो pageants होते हैं, एक तो you're doing a fabulous work, man, क्योंकि ये चीज़ पहले तो एक तो academy set up करो, along with that events set up karo for them to looking for sponsors. I'm sure you must have so many things
Yes.
on your head. Who are like your go-to? Like what is your schedule? ये बताओ. इससे मेरे को काफी आंसर्स मिल जाते हैं. दिन में उठते हो फिर?
दिन में उठती हूँ. मैं जनरली सुबह 1 घंटा खुद को देना प्रेफर करती हूँ, जहाँ पर मैं एकांत में बैठती हूँ. I'll have my affirmations, I'll have my journaling, I'll कभी कभी मूड पे रहता है भजन भी सुन लेती हूँ 1 घंटे के लिए. आई डोंट वांट एनी डिस्ट्रैक्शन, नथिंग.
This is what time?
दिस इज मोस्टली 6:30 to 7:30 और 7 to 8. आई एम नॉट वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट विद माई टाइमिंग, बट वही 8 से पहले आई एम डन विद एवरीथिंग. 7:30 से पहले आई एम डन विद एवरीथिंग, एंड आई हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट आई एम ऑन माई वर्क टेबल बिफोर 10.
Okay.
Before 10 I'm on my work table. I've started working.
This includes transport also?
Everything. 10 baje I have to be on my table. That's my deadline.
Done.
10 to 12 no distraction time again, where I work on the most important things. क्योंकि आज की टाइम
What are your most important as a founder? ये मेरे
I'll be very honest. I love working on things when I'm creating something new. ये मेरी बुरी आदत भी है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर है ना, जैसे कि अभी आप मार्केटिंग से हो तो आपको समझेगा. I love preparing new marketing plans for my new sponsors, which is not my job and I shouldn't be doing this, but मैं नहीं सुधर रही हूँ. I am doing it because I love it. एक ये, दूसरी चीज preparing a journey for each winner. So जैसे for example Chetna is Mrs. World and Chetna will be going for Mrs. World now. She's won Mrs. India. तो Mrs. India से अभी मैंने जो आपको contestants की कहानी पूरी बताई ना, ये basic training है. इसके बाद आती है advanced training.
Okay, when they win the national title, now they have to go for the bigger game. Now they have to compete 100 countries. तो अच्छा ठीक है, मुझे लगता है ये वाला काम तो मैं ही कर सकती हूँ, मेरे से अच्छा कोई नहीं कर सकता. तो आई लव डिजाइनिंग दिस होल प्लान कि नेशनल से अब उसकी इंटरनेशनल की जर्नी कैसी रहेगी, विच इंक्लूड्स हर ट्रेनिंग, विच इंक्लूड्स हर PR एंड मार्केटिंग, हर प्रमोशन, हर अपीयरेंसेस, हर वार्डरोब, हर लुक, हर कंप्लीट स्ट्रैटेजी ऑफ कंपीटिंग द इंटरनेशनल पैजेंट. Oh man. मतलब एज एन अकेडमी आप वो एक बंदे पे बहुत इन्वेस्ट करते हो.
हाँ,
लाइक
वी डू दैट फॉर एवरी विनर देन.
हाँ.
तो जैसे ये मिसेस वर्ल्ड की होगी, क्योंकि सबकी पर्सनालिटी अलग होती है.
yeah.
हम एक प्लान हर एक पे लागू नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है, एक बेसिक प्लान तो होता है जो हर एक पे लागू होता ही है कि हाँ इतने सेशंस रैंप वॉक के देने ही हैं, इतने सेशन कम्युनिकेशन के देने ही हैं. बट उसके अलावा वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. अभी जो फिलहाल के लिए ग्लोब जाकर आई है डॉक्टर दिशा शेट्टी, शी इज अ कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट. कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट की जो PR और प्लानिंग होगी और एक योगा इंस्ट्रक्टर की जो होगी वो बहुत अलग होगी. आई वांट टू हाईलाइट दिस फीमेल एज समवन हु इज स्पिरिचुअली वेरी एक्सपर्ट. तो अगर वो पॉडकास्ट के लिए जा रही है, अगर वो मीडिया से बात कर रही है, अपने इंटरव्यूज दे रही है, तो आई हैव टू प्लान एवरीथिंग जहाँ पर हमारा इंडिया का एक साइड दिखे, इंडिया का एक स्पिरिचुअल साइड दिखे जो बहुत रैपिडली ग्रो हो रहा है. सिमिलरली जब दिशा बात कर रही है तो दिशा कम अक्रॉस एज अ वेरी एम्पावर्ड वुमन who has studied very hard, who has achieved best scores, and now she's there doing I don't know how many surgeries a day. At the same time, she's working on herself, presenting her country, making herself look beautiful, enjoying that feminine side of her.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love doing that.
Sounds very interesting.
So ये सब मैं ऐसे.
This is till 12.
This is till 12. 12 के बाद I start meeting my team.
Okay.
Taking up things, meetings, plannings, calls. फिर उसमें आधा पूरा दिन उसी में ही निकल जाता है उसके बाद. And then I try to leave work by 7.
Okay.
And मूड पे डिपेंड करता है. कभी कभी रात को फिर मैं 9 बजे वापस से कुछ लेकर बैठ गई मन के हिसाब से. 9 to 10 वो जो साइलेंट आवर्स होते हैं, कुछ करना हो, कुछ क्रिएट करना हो. तो sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So yeah, it's very rare.
Bedtime?
10:30. बट कभी कभी हो ही जाता है 11, 11:30 बजे, थैंक्स टू अ फोन.
कौन सी सीरीज देख रहे हो आजकल? I
started, last was The Crown.
Oh. very
I know.
obvious.
क्राउन तो खत्म करने के लिए मुझे महीनों लग
Time
गए.
yeah.
कितने सीजन्स हैं उसमें. But I enjoyed. I loved it.
Amazing. So on the leaving note, what would you like to tell females who should be going on the journey of grooming themselves, appreciating themselves? Some pointers for them.
So for the ladies who are watching this, and if this fascinates you, if this attracts you, you are getting the right feeling. Do not hesitate. Do not suppress yourself. Take that step. That's how I started, I would say. Every woman starts with a self-doubt, with not being sure कि कर सकती हूँ, नहीं कर सकती हूँ, मैं कैसे चलूंगी रैंप में, कि कैसे जीतूंगी मैं उस क्वेश्चन का कैसे आंसर दूंगी. So ये फर्स्ट स्टेप होता है. और अगर ये सब थॉट्स आ रहे हैं, मतलब हम सही रास्ते पे हैं. Visit a website www.mrsindiainc.org, fill in the form, submit the form, and my team is going to take care of the rest. And believe in yourself, because trust me, this looks difficult, this looks glamorous, but you are going to be one of them if you are in the process. So you have to take that first step.
Amazing.
That's it.
Thank you so much, Mohini. It was lovely having you. I shot like after my 47th episode. This is the 48th, और इसके बीच में 1-1.5 महीने का gap है. And it is such a charm of a thing that I'm doing it with you.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much. And I enjoyed, because this is such a unique experience for me as well.
Yeah.
And I love seeing everywhere while answering. So I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Jaipur darshan done.
Jaipur darshan done.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye guys. See you in the next episode. What a fabulous episode this one was. I am back, and how lovely speaking to Mohini. So like I'm in my feminine energy at the moment, and it just feels very calming and very relaxed to be next to her and speak with her. What an energy, man. What an energy. I'm also adding a couple of links that you should go and watch on our channel. Next episode is going to come live next Friday. Make sure that you tune in. Go on our Instagram and follow us by the name of TheDiviShow, and we'll keep on bringing new people for you. Bye guys.